cover one more thing about laryngeal and pharyngeal positions and strengthening too, and I'm going to get into this more of this in a second. The larynx positions. We've talked about a lowered larynx, and if those of you that have the most updated version of my course, I talk about a lowered larynx. The reason I emphasize starting out and singing with a lowered larynx is because most people, as they ascend to scale, like 85, 90, sometimes 95% of the people that I deal with and work with over the 30 years of teaching and training band members and whatnot, is they go, la, and their larynx will raise on them like Kermit the Frog. It will cut off oxygen, cut off the air supply, inhibit range, squeeze, and choke off the cord. So if we build muscle memory and we start with a lowered larynx position first, it's a dangerous position. It's a dangerous position. But if we start with that first and we build muscle memory, to where the muscle memory takes over and we no longer, again, it's a subconscious thing, it happens on its own, it's something we don't have to think about, then we're able then to relax ultimately into a neutral. Now, neutral doesn't mean static as in staying the same. And I've seen a lot of things on the internet where people say, no, even in the bel canto community, which I'm really surprised because those guys should know better, because that's my background. And they'll say, no, the larynx will not move. That is crazy. Even as I speak, my larynx move. If I go, my larynx is moving all over the place. And when I sing a phrase or sing a word phrase, like an vowel or an vowel, my larynx is moving like crazy. When I sing it moves like crazy. Why I say this is because the larynx eventually will get into a neutral state of relaxation, and you can use it for effect, but you always default to a neutral or static position. But if you build muscle memory first in a lowered position, there's about an 80% less likelihood that you're going to default to a raised larynx position, choking off the cord. Now, in defense of bel canto, for you purists out there, bel canto is always taught a neutral position, and I agree with that. But bel canto also, so that we understand this, spends 4, and in some cases 5 years on vowel sounds before they ever let you touch an aria. Let me say that again. For all you that think, well, this is taking a long time, I've already been doing this for 3 weeks, what's wrong with me? True bel canto will spend 4 years on vowel sounds before they ever let you touch an aria. You heard me right. So if they can train the vowel in a neutral or a static state, that's awesome. Most people don't want to get frustrated for 4 years and do that. Now, again, in contrast to bel canto, that's great if you want to sing chiaro oscuro sound. So if I sing and I want to close down the sound that far to a covered or a darkened or oscuro sound, then chiaro or oscuro is a darker or oscuro sound is and it's covering the sound and making it dark. Guess what, gang? Try applying that to modern pop. It's not going to work. In fact, not only is it not going to work, but you're going to find yourself really frustrated with understanding when I should brighten a sound, how much I should brighten a sound, what kind of vowel modification should I use, when does the vowel word phrase shift. Man, I could go into a whole bunch of stuff on this, which we don't have time to cover here because it's within the vocal tract shaping, which I do cover. But what I do for you is I actually show you demonstrations with students where I work them through their vowel phrases so you can see how much I shift the vowel and understand how bright the vowel needs to be using mask. We've talked about mask. You can look at mask on the video. I don't have to cover all this now. But the usage of mask and how all of the different timbral sounds as far as placing the sound farther in front of the chord to make it nice and bright with very little vocal tract shifting or shaping and jaw movement in order to be able to facilitate, especially singing in a higher register. Okay? A lot of information, trying to keep this not so technical so you can understand it easily. Let's continue.